One one. Says from here. So this need to be muted because they don't have a problem. Just muted. One one.
One.
Speak one one. No, please.
Hello, test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1. Test 1. Test 1. Hi Nikki, if you're online and you can hear me, I can see you online. If you just go down to the YouTube and scroll down a little bit, you will see the Zoom invitation. Just click on the link and you should be connected. I'm going to make an announcement about the Zoom here in a minute. You will see the Zoom invitation. Just click on the link and you should be connected. I'm going to make an announcement about the Zoom here in a minute. You will see the Zoom invitation. Just click on the link and you should be connected. I'm going to make an announcement about the Zoom here in a minute. You will see the Zoom invitation. Just click on the link and you should be connected. Nikki, if you're hearing me, are you able to log on to the Zoom? just about to get started here in a few minutes. There'll be some announcements on how we're going to be introducing Zoom as well as our live feed. So you'll be able to type, but the Zoom participants will be able to also participate in our service. So just stand by one. We're just trying to get set up here to get going. So stand by one.
Hello?
Nikki.
Israel?
Yes,
Hello?
yes. Yes, hello.
Israel?
Oh.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Israel?
Shalom, we can hear you.
אתה שומע אותי? ישראל? אתה שומע אותי? ישראל? Hello?
We can hear you, Shalom. We can hear you. It's live. It's
You can hear
working.
me? Okay. No, I didn't see you. I see Israel.
Yes, we haven't turned it to me yet. Don't panic.
Oh, okay. This is the Zoom. The Zoom is working.
Yeah, connect to the live stream as well as the Zoom and split the screen in two so you can see both.
Okay, cool. All right, but I can hear you, but I can't hear Israel.
Okay, because Israel, we've muted the microphone on the computer and you are hearing me direct through the synagogue
okay.
microphone. Otherwise, there'll
All
be
right,
a delay.
so let me go back and try to turn on also the live stream.
Okay, you're on live stream now.
Okay?
Oh, he's on Zoom. Okay, yeah. All right, let's try. Vicky, there's no password on the Zoom. You should just be able to click the link and go straight in. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. As you can see this evening, we're trying something new in our synagogue. Again, this is different times that we're under, so calls for different actions. This evening, we are trying a Zoom meeting as well as the live feed. The live feed you will be able to see and you can type and I will be able to see your response. If you join on the Zoom, And to join the Zoom, if you go on the live feed and scroll down the page, you will see a hot link that will take you straight to the Zoom. Now, the Zoom page will allow you, the person that checks in, to be able to participate. So, in other words, if you turn on your microphone and you decide to sing or to read with me, it will come through our speakers, and everybody else who is logged into the Zoom will be able to hear you. Now, the thing is that you have to be in a reasonably quiet place if you're going to use the Zoom, because once your microphone picks up everything, it will pick up everything. So it'll pick up the dog barking, the phone
Hello,
ringing.
Israel. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Vicky.
Israel, you hear Vicky?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you can hear me. All right, you have to be careful because everybody in the synagogue and everybody on the net will also be able to
Okay,
hear
I'm on
you.
mute now. Love you.
All right, once again, we're going to start our Shabbat services. We are on Zoom, we are on live feed. Live feed, you will be able to see, hear, and be able to type a response so I can know that you're online. If you decide to go on Zoom, you can open your microphone if you so desire and to participate in our services, because once you open the microphone, everybody else that is online and in the synagogue will also be able to hear you. So you need to be very, very careful if you're on Zoom with the microphone open. Be that as it may, this is just a learning curve for us. So this is our first time that we're doing this. So there may be a few hiccups, but we're going to give it a shot and we're going to try. This is just a different way of interacting with everybody in this COVID time. So please bear with us. It's not perfect. This is a work in progress, and this is the first time that we're going to try. Once again, you can log on the live feed, which you'll be able to see, and you can type a response, which I will be able to monitor. You can also be interactive on Zoom. The Zoom, you will be able to actually participate in the service. We will be able to hear you if you decide to sing and to read in any part of the service. So we will be able to hear you. So please be aware that it's not just me, but everybody else will be able to hear you. At this point, I'm seeing Terry, I'm seeing Trevor, I'm seeing Nikki, I've seen Vicky, David, Israel is online. So Israel is going to be with me as we monitor here for a few minutes. Welcome everybody to our Shabbat services, and we'd like now to get started with lighting our Shabbat candles.
our ancient tradition that hallows and unites Israel in all lands and all ages, we now kindle the Sabbath lights. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzavanu lihadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who hast sanctified us by thy laws, and commanded us to kindle the Sabbath lights. May the Lord bless us with Sabbath joy. May the Lord bless us with Sabbath holiness. May the Lord bless us with Sabbath peace.
Now that the daily task is laid aside, and we are gathered in the house of God, the hush of solemnity comes over us, and we feel a refreshing rest in the holy quiet of the sanctuary. We thank thee, O God, for the holiness of this day, which hast ever fostered moderation, purity, and fidelity in the souls of Israel. O God, thy law has brought blessings to many nations. May it at last unite all men in a covenant of peace and holy fellowship during this time of COVID-19. Amen. We now continue with Shalom Aleichem, and if you are on the Zoom, you can unmute your microphone and sing along with us. Our service continues on page 11 of our synagogue prayer book.
Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barkuni l'shalom Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Serchem l'shalom Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
A Psalm of David. Ascribe unto the Lord, O ye sons of the mighty, ascribe unto the Lord glory and power.
Ascribe unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Worship the Lord in the glory of the sanctuary.
The voice of the Lord is upon the waters, the God of glory thundereth, the Lord is upon mighty waters.
The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty.
The voice of the Lord breaketh the cedars, yea, the Lord shivereth the cedars of Lebanon.
He also maketh them to skip like a calf, Lebanon and Syrian like a young ram.
The voice of the Lord flasheth flames of fire.
The voice of the Lord shaketh the wilderness. The Lord shaketh the wilderness of Kadesh.
The voice of the Lord causes the oaks to shake and maketh the forest bare, while in his temple everything says glory.
The Lord sat enthroned at the flood. Yea, the Lord will sit as king forever.
The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace.
Shamor v'zachor v'divar echad hishmianu el ha-meyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad leshem ol tiferet belit hilah Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habara bracha. Meirash necherem nesucha, sof maseh b'machshava tichila. Boi v'shalom, Ateret bala, Gam besimcha ubesala, toch emunei am segula, boichala, lecha erodi likrat chala, pene Shabbat nekabela.
Mizmor Shel Yom HaShabbat. It is good to give thanks unto the Lord and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High.
To declare thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness in the night.
Upon the 10-stringed instrument and upon the psaltery, and with a solemn sound upon the harp.
For thou, O Lord, hast made me rejoice with thy wonderful works. I therefore will triumph in the works of thy hands.
How great, O Lord, are all thy works, how exceedingly profound are thy thoughts.
An ignorant man knoweth it not, neither doth a fool understand this.
When the wicked spring up like grass and the workers of iniquity flourish, it is that they may be destroyed forever.
But thou, O Lord, art exalted forevermore.
For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish, all the workers of iniquity shall be scattered.
But thou hast exalted mine horn like that of the Raham. My declining age shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye hath seen the fate of mine enemies, and that of the wicked who rise up against me. Mine ears shall hear.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Planted in the house of the Lord, they shall flourish in the courts of our God.
They shall be full of They shall still blossom in old age. They shall be full of sap and verdant.
To declare that the Lord is just, my rock, in whom there is no unrighteousness.
The Lord reigneth, clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed and hath girded himself with power. The world is also established, that it cannot be moved.
Thy throne, O Lord, is established from above. Thou art from all eternity.
The floods, O Lord, raise themselves up. They lift up their voice, and the flood raise up their waves.
Yea, mightier than the voice of many mighty waters, than the billows of the ocean, art thou on high, O Lord.
Thy testimonies are most faithful. Holiness beseemeth thy temple, O Lord, unto the utmost of days. Ask everyone to stand wherever you are. Turn to the east as we recite the Bariku on page 15. Bariku et Adonai Hamivorak. Bless ye the Lord, who is ever blessed.
Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam Vaed.
Blessed be the Lord, who is blessed forever and ever. You may be seated as we continue to read along together. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who by thy word causest the evening to advance. With wisdom openest the gates of heaven, and with understanding changes times and varies the seasons, and disposes the stars and their stations in the sky according to thy will. Thou createst day and night. Cause the light to recede from before the darkness, and the darkness before the light. Thou causest the day to pass away, and bringest on the night, and makest a division between day and night. The Lord of hosts is thy name. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who bringest on the evening twilight. With everlasting love, hast thou loved the house of Israel thy people. The law and commandments, statutes and judgments hast thou taught us. Therefore, O Lord our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will discourse of thy statutes. We will rejoice and exalt in instructive words of thy Torah, commandments and statutes forever and ever. For they are our life, and the prolongation of our days, and on them will we meditate day and night. May thy love never depart from us. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who lovest thy people Israel. Ask you all to stand wherever you are and once again face the east as we recite the Shema or age-old blessings at the bottom of page 15. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Ehad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Vaed. Blessed be his name, whose glorious kingdom is forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנו כמצווך היום על לבביך, ושמנמתם לבניך ודברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלסתך בדרך ובשכבך ובחומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. And thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thy house and upon thy gates. You may be seated, and let us continue to read along together. If you are on Zoom, we can hear you, and the rest of the congregation will also be able to hear you, so it's a way of participating. If you are on the live stream, I can see you typing, and you will be able to hear us also on the live stream. Just be careful if you have an open microphone, as everybody else will be able to hear you, but we love to be able to get the participation from everyone. Let us continue together, last paragraph on page 16. And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. But I will give the rain of your land in its due season, the former rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil. And I will give grass in thy fields for thy cattle, and thou shalt eat and be satisfied. Take heed to yourselves, lest your heart be deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Then the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you, and he will shut up the heaven that there be no rain, and the land will not yield her fruit, and ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord giveth you. Therefore shall ye lay up these my words in your heart and in your soul, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall teach them to your children, talking of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, when thou risest up. And thou shalt write them upon the doorposts of thy house and upon thy gates, that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children, upon the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers to give them, as the days of the heavens above the earth. We continue with the Vayomir. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ונאמרת להם, ונעצו להם ציצית על כנפי בן מדורתם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, ורתם אותו זכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם ולא תעתו רק לבבכם, ואחריה כן אשר תנזונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, Amen. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a thread of blue, and shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes in the pursuit of which ye used to go astray, that ye may remember, and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. Our hymn this evening, and we'd love to hear participation on Zoom so we can get the full effect of a congregation. O God, the Rock of Ages, hymn number 20 on page 217.
O God, the rock of ages, who evermore hast been, watch time the tempest rages, or dwelling place serene. Before thy first creations, O Lord, the same as now, to endless generations, the everlasting Thou. Our years are like the shadows on sunny hills that lie, or grasses in the meadows that blossom but to die. A sleep, a dream, a story, by strangers quickly told, an unremaining glory of things that soon are old. O thou who canst not slumber, whose light grows never pale, teach us aright to number our years before they fail. On us thy mercy lighten, on us thy goodness rest, and let thy spirit brighten the hearts thyself hast blessed. Amen.
Very, very good evening, everyone. Very, very, very good evening to you. Another first in our synagogue. We are live streaming as well as Zoom meeting this evening for the first time in our synagogue. So on the live stream, I'll be able to see you online, and at this moment I see Trevor, Tal, Nikki, Aaron, Maggie, Vicky, Janice, and on the Zoom I see Maureen, Joan and David, Tal, Dens. I think we have everybody. Yep, that's everybody. So with the Zoom meeting, once you open your microphone, you can participate. We can hear you. Others in the group will also be able to hear you, whether you're on live stream or on Zoom. But everybody else, so you've got to be really, really careful when your microphone is open. But thanks for making the effort to be here. We are trying. This is a work in progress. So at the concluding of this service, both Israel and I would love to hear and get some feedback on what you thought, how the service sounded from overseas, and if there was any other way to make it more interactive or a better experience for each and every one of you. It is Friday, TGIF. Thank you for being here. I think next week we'll be a little earlier. Stand by. Next week I think we're going to be coming out of quarantine, or not quarantine, curfew. So we're going to move our services back to 4 o'clock next week, Friday. So same place, same time, unless anything changes. And of course, you'll get a notice from Maggie if anything should change. But 4 o'clock next week. Tomorrow services will be at 10 o'clock. And assuming that there are no complaints from the outside, we will also be Zoom conferencing as well as live streaming. There may be a little bit of delay, and that's what we would like to hear. But any and all comments are appreciative. But thanks for making the effort to be here this Friday evening, and it's an awesome Friday evening here in Jamaica. Now services continue on page 18 with responsive reading. True and firmly established is all this with us, that he is the Lord our God, with none beside him, and we, Israel, are his people.
He has redeemed us from the hand of kings, and he is our king, who has delivered us from the grasp of all oppressors.
He is the God who hath avenged us of our adversaries, and dealt out a recompense to the enemies of our souls.
He hath not appointed our soul to life, and hath not suffered our feet to slip.
He has caused us to tread on the high place of our enemies, and exalted our horn above all who hate us.
He is the God who vindicated us before Pharaoh, by signs and miracles wrought in the land of the children of Ham.
In his wrath he smote all the firstborn of Egypt, and brought out his people Israel from among them unto everlasting freedom.
He caused his people to pass between the divisions of the Red Sea, and sank their pursuers and enemies in the depths.
His children beheld his might. They praised and gave thanks to his name, and willingly submitted to his dominion.
Moses and the children of Israel sang a song unto thee with great joy. And they all said, Mi chamocha ba'elem Adonai, Mi chamocha medar b'choresh, Nora to Lord, Upon the sea, O Lord our God, thy children beheld thy majesty. All together they praised thee, proclaiming thy kingly power, and said, Adonai yemlok leolam va'ed. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. And it is said, For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and rescued him from a hand mightier than he.
Blessed art thou,
O Lord, who hast redeemed Israel. Hashkivena.
Ashkevenu avinu leshalom, vehanamidenu malchenu lechaim tovim ushalom ufros alenu sukat shelomecha v'takinenu benetzah tova milefanecha v'hoshienu mehera leman shemecha vehagen badenu ufros alenu suchat rakamim v'shalom baruch atah Adonai hapareh suchat shalom alenu ve'al amo Yisrael ve'Yerushalayim. Amen.
Blessed art thou, Lord, who spreads the tabernacle of peace over us, over thy people Israel, over Jerusalem, and over all mankind. Just on a break here for a moment as we are practicing with our Zoom and live feed. For persons who would wish to join the Zoom meeting, you can go to the Jews of Jamaica website, look for live stream, and as you scroll down, you will see the Zoom invitation. Just click on the link and you will be able to join. Maureen, I hope this can help you. Ask everybody to stand and face the east for the Shabbat Eve, Veshamru, on page 19.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם, ברית עולם. בני ובן בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים מסע אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה, ילמד ברכותי וימליך מלכותי, ויצמח בקני וקרב משיחי, וחייכון וביום יכון, ובכל בית ישראל, בגאולה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמירה במברך, לעולם לעם עלמיה יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל שם קודשה ברכו. ועלמין כל ברכתה, שירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דמירון בעלמא, ואמרו amen.
Continue in the middle paragraph of page 21. I just ask you to close your eyes and just listen. In this moment of silent communion with thee, O God, a still small voice speaks in the depths of my spirit. It speaks to me of the things I must do to attain holy kinship with thee and to grow in the likeness of thee. I must do my allotted task with unflagging faithfulness, even though the eye of no taskmaster is on me. I must be gentle in the face of ingratitude, or when slander distorts my noblest motives. I must come to the end of each day with a feeling that I have used its gifts gratefully and faced its trials bravely. O Lord, help me to be ever more like you. Holy, for thou art holy. Loving, for thou art loving. Speak to me then, O Lord, as I seek you again and again in the stillness of meditation, until thy bidding shall at last become for me a hallowed discipline, a familiar way of life, so that I may live on in deeds that bless other lives and leave behind me the heritage of a good name. And together let us say, Amen. At this point in our service, we would normally have silent devotion, and here is where you would recite the Amidah or your own personal prayers and just say, Lord, thank you for the week. Silent devotion. my God. Guard my tongue from evil, and my lips from uttering deceit. And let my soul be silent towards those that curse me, and grant that my soul may be humble as the dust to everyone. Open my heart to receive thy Torah, that my soul may pursue thy commandments. Speedily, I beseech thee. Frustrate the devices and destroy the machinations of all those who rise up against me for evil. O grant it for the sake of thy name. Grant it for the sake of thy right hand. Grant it for the sake of thy Torah. Grant it for the sake of thy holiness. O save me with thy right hand, and answer me.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen.
O say shalom bimramav. Urakamav ya say shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Bimru. Amen.
Yom Asher Shevayachalu Hashamayim V'haaretz V'chol Sevam V'echol Elohim V'yam Hashpi Melachto Asher Asa Vayishbot Vayom Hashvi Michol Melachto Asher Asa Vayevorech Elohim et Yom Hashvi Vayekadesh Oto Ki vo Shabbat Michol Melachto Ki vo Shabbat Michol Melachto Asher bara Elohim Asher bara Elohim lasot.
O God and the God of our fathers, accept, we beseech thee, our rest. Sanctify us with thy commandments, and grant our portion in thy Torah. Satisfy us with thy goodness. Gladden our souls with thy salvation, and purify our hearts to serve thee in truth. Cause us, O Lord our God, to inherit this holy Shabbat with love and delight, and grant that all Israel who hallow thy name may have rest thereon. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who hallowest this Shabbat. I ask the congregation to stand as we recite the mourner's Kaddish. And on this Shabbat, we would like to take the opportunity to remember Keith Alexander, who passed away, cousin to Sammy Galan, who passed away last week. May his soul rest in peace. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shamei Rabah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra kirte v'yamlik malkute v'yatzmar purkane v'kereb meshike.
Amen.
Bekaya konu v'kea bekol bet Israel. Bagala uzman kariv v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Shamei Rabah mevrak alam al mea yit barak. V'yishtabak v'trapar v'traman v'tnaseh v'tadar v'talel v'talal Shamei rekudusha beriku. Amin kol bekata shirata tishbekata v'kanamata demira be'alma v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Shamei Rabah min shamayim haim yashva v'shezba. Ufra agala lekapratzaha lanu akol amo Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Say shalom b'mramam. Urakamav yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen.
Ose shalom b'mromav. Yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'achol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom. Shalom aleinu v'yachol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, 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 Shalom Aleinu v'Yachol Yisrael. Ose Shalom b'mromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'Yachol Yisrael v'emru Amen.
To all our beloved departed who we now remember. And on this Shabbat Eve, we remember Keith Alexander and Mark Scott. Keith Alexander and Mark Scott. May peace and bliss be granted in their life eternal. And may the Father of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort any bereaved among us. And this evening, for the families of both Keith Alexander, Sheila Alexander, and the families of Mark Scott, we ask, O Lord, for your blessings and give them peace. Amen. You may be seated, and we continue with The Lord is my shepherd on page 24.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy rod and thy staff, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. They comfort me. Surely, surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever, forever, forever.
Very, very good evening. Our address this evening is based on the Torah portion for the week, Behar, Behukatai. It is basically the last part of Leviticus. The Eternal One spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai. Speak to the Israelite people and say to them, when you enter the land that I assign to you, the land shall observe a Shabbat of the Eternal. Leviticus chapter 25, verses 1 and 2. If you follow my laws, my faith and faithfully observe my commandments, I will grant you rains in their seasons, so that the earth shall yield its produce, and the trees of the field their fruit. In this portion, Moses goes up basically to receive the Ten Commandments. The commandments which we have all as Jews lived by for the over 3,000 years. But in summary, some of the laws that come down are as follows. God instructs Moses to tell the Israelites that in every seventh year the land shall observe a Shabbat of complete rest. Fields should not be sown, and vines should not be pruned. After 49 years, a Jubilee year is to be established when all the land has been sold during that time should be returned to its original owners, and slaves are to be freed. God instructs Moses to tell the Israelites not to make idols, to keep the Shabbat, and to venerate the sanctuary of the Eternal. God promises blessings to the children of Israel if they follow the law, and warns about the curses that will befall the people if they do not observe God's commandments. Gifts made to the sanctuary, whether by conditional vows or by unconditional acts of pious gratitude, are discussed in this portion. My friends, at the heart, what spoke to me is that the universe is has a steady, insistent beat. The sound of cycles in sync. It pervades nature in every scale, from the nucleus to the cosmos. For example, every night along the tidal rivers of Malaysia, thousands of fireflies congregate in the mangroves and flash in unison without any leader or cue from the environment. Even our bodies are in symphony of rhythm, kept alive by relentless coordinating firing of thousands of pacemaker cells in our hearts each and every day. In every case, these feats of synchrony occur spontaneously, almost as if nature has an eerie yearning for order. My friends, nothing in nature is of our place. Everything has its place and its purpose. This parasha closes this Levitical frame with a vision of the possible past of this potency. Our perspectives have been elevated from the fate of an individual, and instead we conclude with a collective perspective. Remember the portion that I gave the address some time ago where we were all in the same boat? This is along that line. The nation will rise or sink together. The future is inherently shared. If humanity mirrors divine categories of people, places, and things, we will experience blessings and peace. If we stray, desolation and destruction will be our destiny. For the modern reader, even as we hold space to explore our sacred text, the backdrop of this book, Leviticus, is that we do not live in the Leviticus. The temple was destroyed. Some, like me, rejoice rather than mourn such destruction. The purity rites and the priestly performances are now but remembrances, no longer reflected in Jewish life. The directive clarify of these chapters is betrayed by its fragility in history. My friends, when we look on where we are just this last week in listening to the various commentaries around the world, due to COVID, our entire world has come to a standstill. It has been revealed via satellite photographs and science that our atmosphere has improved by 8%. Now you all may say that 8% is not a big deal, but 8% in just 2 months is an awesome deal. That's when you know that God is God and that Mother Nature is in control. If our blessings were to continue, then I would be the first to say that the world should be shut down until 2050, when the whole world would become a better place. For the persons that are just being born today, they might indeed have a chance to live. We are one world. We are our brother's keeper. What we do in our factories, our homes, our personal lives has an impact on someone or something. We cannot, as you have heard today, be out of sync. Everything has to be in sync, or Mother Nature takes its place. My friends, as we go about this Shabbat, I would like everyone on board to think of that 8% improvement and how we, in our own small way, will be able to continue to improve our special place. The plastics, the disposables, the ways that we now have a throwaway society, find some way to reutilize, regenerate, redirect, reuse, the operative word being re. In other words, find a way to continue using it. What happened to Coke that was in the bottles instead of the plastic jars? At least the glass jar can be decomposed, the plastic cannot. They're just simple ways that we must continue together as a people, as a race, or Mother Nature will, as God has said, take its toll on us. My friends, as I close, I must once again reach out to all of you and just say to you in your own special way, in your time of personal prayer, each and every day as you wake, give God thanks for yet another day on the earth. Even when you have come home from a rough day at the office, things haven't gone so right, give thanks that you have been able to get home. There are many that probably were not able to get home. During this time of COVID, think of your fellow man. Think how you can be of service, how you can assist in whatever way possible. But above and beyond all, keep safe. Keep safe, my friends, because life is a journey. Never forget to enjoy your own unique and special journey. With a grateful heart, I say to you, Shabbat Shalom. I ask you to stand wherever you are now for the adoration, Aleinu. Can be found on page 25 of our synagogue prayer book.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'chol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסד ארץ ומשוב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו Megabe Merumin, Hu Eloheinu Veinod, Emet Makenu Ve'efesulato, Kakatu Batora, Vayaratayam, Vayaratayam, Vahashivota, Elevavecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, Bashamayim Mima, Behoretz Mitachat Enod. Ne'emar ve'aya Adonai ve'melech al kol haaretz vayam ha'u yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
We bow in worship before the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth, the seat of whose glory and the abode of whose might is in the loftiest heights. He is our God, and there is no other. In truth, He is our King, and there is none beside Him. As it is written in the law, know therefore this day, and lay to thy heart, that the Lord, He is God, in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. O Lord, once again, we are grateful to have survived yet another week. Through its trials, through its turmoil, through its blessings, we are grateful to be here in your temple, O Lord. As we reach out to our congregation, although electronically during this time of COVID, so that they too can receive our blessings and be a part as we continue our congregation. O Lord, on this Shabbat, we ask for your special blessings of one of our own, Sammy Galan, who celebrated his birthday last week. Sammy, I do apologize. I only just got the message late. But happy birthday on behalf of all our congregation. We know of your commitment to our congregation, and it is with a grateful heart that we wish you a happy birthday. Long life, my friend. O Lord, on this Shabbat, one of our very own who comes to our congregation on a very regular basis also celebrated a birthday. And I speak of my relative Joan Matalon. She celebrated her birthday just this past week. We ask, O Lord, that you watch over her, bless her, and keep her well, and allow her to continue to participate here in our synagogue. O Lord, I know our lists are long, but you are a patient God. We ask for your prayers on Vicky and Johnny's pair and their families. Watch over them during this time of COVID. Keep them safe, keep them protected, and above all, renew their faith from week to week. We ask also, small but nonetheless important, watch over Sandra Phillips as she journeys to the country for the weekend. Give her some rest and allow her to return to Kingston and her family safely. O Lord, we thank you for all your mercies. We thank you for all your blessings. And we trust that you will look after us for us to return to this, your sacred place, again next week. We beseech thee, O God, on behalf of those who are stricken in health and strength. And this evening, once again, we ask for our special prayers on Errol Zadie. Allow him to return to health and strength, O Lord, if it be your wish, during his time of tribulation. Let thy blessings descend upon the means used for the restoration of thy servants, and increase the wisdom and knowledge of all those who are battling on behalf of humanity. May the afflicted amongst us learn patience under trials, and speedily be restored to health and youthfulness. Let us together say, Baruch atah Adonai Rofei Kol Amo Yisrael. Blessed art thou, O Lord, who healest the sick of thy people Israel, and over
Amen.
all mankind, and in
Amen.
their honor, on the peace, on the people who are suffering, be it of body, of mind, and of spirit, we offer the healing prayer, the Misha Barak, on their behalf.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mechor Habracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us
Help
find the
us find the
courage
courage
to make our
and
lives a
lives a
blessing, and
blessing.
let us
Let us
say,
say,
Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mechor Habracha Lamotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
You may be seated, and we continue with our closing hymn, Yigdal, on page 27.
Yigdal Elohim Chai Ve'yishtamach V'nsavir et el Mesiuto Echad v'yen Yakid Ke'yichado Elam v'gam en sof Le'achduto En lo demut haguf ve'en guf lo naro kelev kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon v'en reshit leresheto. Inu Adon Olam lechol nasar yoreh gedulato umalchuto shefal nevuato netanoel anshe segulato vetifato. Lo kam beYisrael ve'lo yamim atol olamim lezulato Torat mitznatan le'amoel al yad neviyon eman beto. Lo yachlef ha'el ve'lo yamir dato le'olamim lesulato sofer ve'yorean setarenu mabit lesof tovar bekadmuto. Gomel is chasid kemi follow, no ten l'rashon rang kerishato, ishlag seketz yamim meshichenu, lifdot mechakekes Yeshuato. Metim Yechael Beroch Chasto Baruch Aread Shem Tehilato Ele Shalos Esrei Leikarim Hinam Yesodatel Fetorato.
Just before we close, we'd just like to recognize Paulette, Terry, Tal, Nikki, Maggie, Vicky, Carl, Trevor, Janice, Chantal, for being online with us. And I know I saw um, Den's earlier. I know I saw Den's earlier. Joan and David. I think I've got everybody. Like you all just to stand for the final blessing. You can make something happen out of everything that happens in life. Life can make choices for us. Sometimes these choices seem unhappy or unfair. But in the end, we control our own destiny because we can decide how people and events affect us. So much of our happiness lies within the choices that we make. That we can accept that life isn't the way we want it to be, or we can change it so that it will be. We can walk through the shadows, or we can choose to smile and seek out the sunlight. We can create grand dreams that never leave the ground, or we can be builders of dreams that come true. We can look at only the negative aspects of ourselves, or we can lift ourselves up by being our own best friend. We can live in the past or dream about the future, or we can live for today. We can give up when the road becomes difficult, or we can keep going until the view is much better. The choices of life are endless, and so is the potential for your happiness. Remember always that life is a journey. May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Amen.
May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Amen.
May the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give each and every one of you and your families the blessings of peace.
Amen.
To Chantal, Vicky, Trevor, Janice, Carl, Maggie, Nikki, Tal, Terry, Paulette, and to all of you who are online and may be hearing, on behalf of our president, the ones and directors of this synagogue, Israel, Carl, and I wish you a very happy and peaceful Shabbat Shalom. Go in
Shabbat
peace.
Shalom.
Shabbat
And to
Shalom.
Michael, Israel, and Carl, thank you so much for being there for us. God bless you all.
Love you
Shabbat
all.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Remember to send your comments to us if you think that we can improve in any way on what was your feedback overall of how you felt about the Zoom and the live stream. We're assessing now to see how we can go forward and make this be a part of our services. So appreciate any and all comments, negative or positive.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are all working to help and be a part of this congregation. Go in peace, everybody. See you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
The only problem we have, Michael, is sometimes I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Not hearing you.
Okay. Tell me when you'll be able to hear me. 1, 2, 3. No?
No.
Okay, testing 1, 2. You can hear now?
Yes. Yes.
We're getting sometimes in our ears here a little feedback. And it's like there's a delay that comes through the speaker. I guess it gets rebroadcast. I don't know if you all are hearing the delay.
Yes. Repeat. Yes.
Yes.
All right, that's something that we'll have to work on with the IT
And you
guy.
all should be very thankful that I turn off when it's singing time because I cannot sing.
We know that. We know that. Don't worry. Janice, you know that we know.
Thank you.
I love her so much. One of the things I love about her is her honesty. Hi, Israel.
Hi, Esther. Welcome. Welcome.
Okay, we'll keep quiet now. God bless you. See you tomorrow morning.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and I see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
to turn it off. Hi, Janice. How to turn it off?
That's what I realized. I was trying to slow it down. How will we do that? But then you would need to have a camera up there rather than a computer. Because then you can't regulate it. Okay, well let's do it on the TV. Get him on showing this and hear what he thinks the feedback should be. No. Definitely picking up something that's almost like a ground fault. That something is of a poor solder joint somewhere. Anywhere. That's more electrical though. That's more of an electrical sound. Good though. Yeah. Put it a bit quicker. Still there. Sound like a cold a solder joint. Maybe in the back of that. 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, test. 1, 2, 1, 2, test. 1, 2, 1, 2, test. 1, 2, test. 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 1, 2, test. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2, test. 1, 2, test. Testing 1. Testing. Testing 1, 1, 1. Testing 1, 2, 1. Testing. Israel, you can hear? 1, 1. Testing 1, 2, 1. Testing. Israel, you can hear? 1, 1. Testing 1.